continuing your flight eastward through the dark, avoiding the undead, having your camp overrun. When you returned to it, most of your gear was still okay, except for the spyglass. And the mist you encountered. The question I've got, maybe Kevin, you can answer this with your detailed notes. What time stamp or what quarter did we stop in? I think it was
in
Q3.
Yep,
okay.
Q3, but we had moved one hex this quarter.
Yep. So what I've got described here is the middle of Q3. So the equivalent of 3 in the afternoon type of thing. Something like that.
Rock on.
Okay. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think the weather is still poor. I think we were still getting rained on.
Misty rain, I think was the last I remember. But
okay.
Yeah, overcast with light drizzle and mist. Is the last weather note I have.
And blood mist.
Detailed forecast. That's right. Cloudy with a chance of TPK.
What's that? Oh, it's a xenomorph.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? Funny you say that. If you see this above my shoulder here,
the little
thing
blue
see what
there.
that says. Do you know what game that is that it's pointing at? That's Alien. Little foreshadowing. Purposeful. Okay, so I don't think you were in any particular order, and I think the four of you. Well, you know what? Before we start narration, let me ask this: what shape are you all in terms of the attributes you've lost and that sort of thing? People in pretty decent shape, or no?
I haven't slept, so I'm going to get sleepy pretty soon. And I'm down 2 agility and 2 wits, so I'm pretty close to being broken agility wise. But
everybody else okay? Because I think the rest of you slept, right?
Yeah, I'm down 1 agility, but
okay,
nowhere near close
all right.
to
So,
breaking.
generally speaking, I think it's been a steady flight through day and night, right? From when you saw what you saw back at Riversnet with the siege that the Rush Brothers were putting on there. So I think people are weary, you're wet. You've been, just kind of slogging through. You've been avoiding hazard after hazard this whole time. So seeing this settlement or outpost or whatever it is, maybe raise your spirits a little bit. And now, as we close the last session and we open this one, the 4 of you are walking through the wet grass, and you know that there's those wetlands on your right now. The river's turned into a really marshy, boggy, lots of little islands, and that kind of thing. You can see on the map here. So the whole place is pretty wet, and you're still hoping to find some port city where you're going to be able to kind of make good on your promise to each other to go north from here, right? But when you're maybe 100 feet from this wooden settlement, so you can tell that I won't call it impermanent. It's not like was thrown up overnight, but it's not like it's a bunch of stone buildings together. It's all built out of timber. I think we described it was clearly built after the blood mist cleared, right? So within the last couple of years type of thing. So green construction, newer timbers and all that sort of stuff. But what you're looking at is the front door of the place, which is a pretty heavy door, a stout portal meant to keep unwanted people out, has been just torn off of its big iron hinges and thrown into the dirt beside it. And in the mist and the drizzle, it's very quiet. There was no movement. You can't really see into the place because there is like a 10-foot wall around it. That's all kind of, you can picture it. It's integral. So the outside walls of the buildings are part of the wall type of thing, that it just raises up higher beside the roof type of thing. So you can't really see into the courtyard between the buildings in the middle of the outpost. What do the 4 of you do?
Is it possible to look for tracks going into this place? Like, are there a number of booted feet? Maybe Terra Mulda was the one who kind of roared through here.
Conn, you don't even need a check. You look down and there are these big, scuffing, dragging, ironclad right to that door. And as you turn, you can see that you guys have not followed the path directly. So it's not like you saw it before, but it's come from a little bit to the north of where you guys came in from. But it clearly looks like it was the armored, fiery figure that you saw earlier went straight into this place.
Oh, Terra Mulda's been here, boys. Don't know if there'll be survivors.
Do we smell smoke?
I don't
Wasn't
know
it
how.
burning? It was like smoking when we got close to us, wasn't it?
It smelled like charred meat.
Yeah.
It did.
Do we
But
smell that?
it's been raining,
Right.
so you do not smell anything.
Well,
Is there just like a Terra Malda shaped hole like through all the walls, all the
Because she was so single-minded in her. No, there's not. No. But are you guys going to get closer? Are you basically staying at about 100 feet of paces away, or 50 paces away or so, and talking?
No, I can sneak forward if you guys want me to try to take a look.
if you want to, or we can all head in there. I mean, Garm points at Askelon. He's still wearing a fur poncho. Like, I think we got to go in there and see what we can get.
Sure. I'm good with that.
Stas, what do you think?
Yes.
Strangely non-argumentative.
Yeah, no kidding. Just wait for it. So the four of you approach. Okay.
Sure.
Yep. So as you get closer, and you get a better look at the door on the ground, there is indeed a lot of charred scorch marks on it that looks like maybe a gauntleted fist grabbed the thing and just tore it off of its hinges. And the door singed and burned, and then probably because of the weather went out. So it didn't burn the door completely, but there's a black charred mark on the door. And in fact, closer to the structure now, to the outpost, you can see scorch marks sort of on the door frame on the way in, like she probably brushed against it.
Draw
Do
my
you
sword.
proceed inside? What do you do?
Ready my shield.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got my bow.
Why are we going in here again?
He needs pants. We need supplies. You have no weapon. We have to check it out. And then we'll keep moving. Come on, Stas.
Why?
No overnight stay.
It's-
Just throwing it out there.
Oh, this is a good idea.
I don't know if we have to. I mean,
Well,
it's a roof over our heads, maybe.
We just leave. I want to go home.
Stas, we're not going home. We're going to the Reach. We're almost there.
I don't.
We just need something warm in our bellies and perhaps around our loins, speaking for myself. This thing
Conn.
wasn't subtle. So if it's still around, I would imagine we would hear it. I just worry about the inhabitants maybe still in hiding.
Tom, when you say we're almost there, in fact, if you look at the map for a second, you look off to the east, you can see the swamplands and the island starting to break up, and the water becomes more and more open, like it is indeed opening up to a much larger, perhaps a harbor or a gulf. There's more water out there, you could tell.
We're almost
Stas,
there.
you're going to
man.
go inside, or you're going to wait outside?
I'm going to wait outside.
Oh my gosh.
Why do you want me to
waiting
go in? I
outside.
don't have a weapon. I'm useless. If there's something
Yeah, but-
in there, you guys
want
are
my
going
bow?
to come out or take. You have a bow? You have extra
Yeah. Do you want my bow?
I could take your bow.
Here, have my bow. Have my quiver.
Not very good at it, but I'll take it.
Have a short bow and a D6 arrows.
Okay.
There you go. Stas is armed.
Then I will go in then.
Who goes in first? Who's first through the breach? Garm. Okay.
Yep.
Man with the bloody
Shield leading.
tusks.
Yeah. I'm looking for
Okay.
a helmet.
Shield up, Garm. You approach the door. Super mucky up beneath your feet, so it's wet and slippery and sloshy as you approach, because of the weather that's been. You can tell it's been raining in this area for like days. It's not just this mist, but it's been wet for quite a while here. You step across the threshold. Inside, it's kind of a bit of a tunnel where there's clearly two buildings on either side of the when you walk in through the initial doorway, which leads to a courtyard. And there are no doors on those two buildings beside you, so it's a bit of a just a passageway. You creep forward with your shield raised, and then you see sky above. So the interior of the outpost is open to the sky, and in the middle of the courtyard there are several bodies, all being kind of rained on, and they're all just mucky, dirty. Some of them look black and charred, even from a distance. But it looks like it's quiet in here, and there are bodies in the middle of the outpost. And as you get a little further out, you can see indeed there are a couple of buildings in here, probably like a roadhouse, and probably more like a trading post that used to be here. Do you signal everybody in?
Yep. Yeah, I don't hear anything. Don't see a big metal Hulk standing in the middle.
You don't.
Perfect.
And in fact, what you do see is, so that when the four of you come in, this middle area where it's a courtyard kind of surrounded on all sides by the two buildings and the wall, there clearly was a battle in here, not just from the bodies, but the ground is torn up, the mud, it's super muddy. There's blood that you can see mixed with the mud. And across the court, the other door on the other side is also torn off its hinges. There's singe and soot marks around it. And the same tracks that you saw coming into the place lead out that door. And then the last piece of information is that it's the roadhouse, or the sleeping quarters, that has the second floor, which looks like it acts as like a watchtower, or a watching post. In other words, there's a way inside to get up to it, a ladder or something.
I'm going to go to one of the bodies and just see if the person's. I'm guessing they're not alive, but I'm just going to check them to see if they're alive and see if I'm not Elf CSI, but if I could maybe tell how long they've been dead.
So as you walk up Askelon, something strikes you immediately upon coming upon the bodies, and they're in various states of clearly having been slain in battle and kind of fallen where they have, right? They're not laid out or anything like that. They kind of died where they fell. All four of them are headless. There's no head. The first one was clearly a man, and a fighting man. He's got like a mail shirt. There's a shield beneath him. He's got a sword. So he's basically been beheaded and fell where he did. There is a woman who looks like she was fighting beside him. And in fact, not only is she headless, but there are a pair of red braids laying in the mud next to her that were clearly part of the blow that took her head off. So her hair is laying there. There is a dwarf laying headless in the mud. He's almost unrecognizable because he's covered in so much mud. He's gray brown, like from neck to toe. And there's another man who was not ready for battle. Doesn't look like he was wearing any kind of armor or had a weapon, and he's dead as well. Obviously, headless. So four of them.
Okay, I'm just and I'm horrified. I'll say they're all headless, and are their heads around?
They are not visible in the courtyard, but you haven't been in either of the buildings yet.
Okay. So this is kind of gory, but I think it might be apparent to him. The wounds, did they look clean? Did they look like one blow? I'm guessing because of your detail about the braids, that whatever cut them.
Looks like it was a single slice in all cases, and partially cauterized.
That's another thing I was thinking. Yeah.
So yes, single shot each time.
I'm going to turn around and tell them all that. One blow.
Terramolda did this. Clearly.
I'll pick up the braid and I'll say it went through so sharp. It went through the braids of her hair and their heads. Where are their heads?
Probably Terramolda took them. I mean, I don't know. curiosity, Harrigan, does the woman have tattoos?
She's covered. You'd have to unclothe her to check.
I don't wanna do that.
Her hands do not.
No. Okay. Conn's going to maybe
Like I said, so she's probably wearing something like a leather jack or jerkin that's pretty heavy. Meant, like I said, she equipped herself for battle as well.
Okay.
But no visible tattoos, but her skin is not visible.
Okay. Conn's going to grab the sword, and I turn to them and I say, I'm going to go up to the tower, see if I can spot Terramalda from here, make sure everything's clear.
I'll go with them. Behind him.
Stas and Garm, what do you two do while those two are going to go upstairs?
Um,
I'm gonna
I go
stay
check
here.
out-
I'm gonna stay here and keep watch.
I go check out the trading post, see if we can find something.
Just you and I?
They got lookout above, or do we just make a ton of noise right here and now?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm beginning to think this adventuring stuff's for the birds.
We've
Yeah.
broken poor Stas.
But I want you to be able to live to another day, and I gave you the short bow, but I don't think that's gonna hold you. Let's find you another hand axe or something.
Fine. All right.
We'll go check out the trading post.
Okay, so you guys are debating and then heading off to the trading post. Conn and Askelon head to what looks like the roadhouse or the sleeping quarters. And when you guys, go ahead,
Harrigan,
Conn.
sorry, the only reason why I'm asking now, so when I pick up that longsword, my whole equipment goes out of whack. It's really heavy. I didn't realize how heavy this thing was. Is there a smaller weapon, perhaps, instead of because I used to have a knife, and I lost that to one of the Saurians. So is there like a smaller weapon, like a short sword, or even another knife, instead of this longsword that I could grab quickly?
I will, in the interest of metagamery and not worrying about it too much, just grab the longsword for now. I suspect you'll have some decisions to make later about inventory.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks, Harrigan.
Grab. You're right. Like the woman probably did have a weapon as well, right? So we'll get to all that. But go ahead, Wayne.
Phil, I don't think it really would matter unless we were actually traveling. If it's just over your limit, all that means is when you're traveling, you have to make a roll
or take a double damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So all of the construction in here is basically heavy timber and wood. So you push open the door to the roadhouse, and inside you can see that you can picture, if this place had oil lamps on the tables and a big roaring fire in the big hearth, it would be a lovely place to sit down and have a nice bowl of stew and have a cup of ale. But it's quiet, heavily shadowed. The fire is cold. The big cook pot is cold. It was basically a one room kind of affair where you would both eat and sleep in the same place, and the kitchen's at the far end type of thing. And sure enough, there's a ladder in the corner that goes up. And down by the cook pot and the fire, there are cupboards. So there's probably some food and that sort of thing down there as well. And does not look like it was it looks like it was used relatively recently. To answer your question earlier, Wayne, hard to know. In the last day or two, this has happened, is what you would say.
All right. Well, after we go in, I'm just going to grab a chair and prop the door open in case we have to run out.
Okay.
All right. And I'm just going to keep following.
Where are you heading, Conn?
So I wanted to go up the stairs to the second, where the tower was, just to see off into the distance if I can spot Terramalda, any activity whatsoever. Maybe those undead things might be around here too. Who knows?
Okay. So it's a roughly made ladder that you have to climb, but it only goes up 8-10 feet or something like that before there's a trapdoor in the ceiling. And the way that the second floor works really is that the second floor is partially open to the elements. It's got like a pitched roof over it to keep the rain off, but all four walls are clear except for the posts that keep the roof up, so you can have good visibility. But when Conn, you push that trap door, and you can see that it's got a great big bolt from your side, but it's not bolted, right? So it's open. So you can push the trapdoor and it kind of creaks and then slams open on the other side, kind of thing. Poke your head up. And you do one of these in different directions, I'm sure. And there's a figure huddled low against one of the walls. You can picture the walls up here are like maybe 2 or 3 feet tall. They're not very tall. But someone is huddled down beneath it, trying not to be seen, or maybe they're unconscious, or maybe they're dead. They're huddled against the wall, one figure, as you look around the entire place.
Don't mean you no harm. Just came upon your outpost.
You see the figure move in the shadows, and you see the glint of something metal and a dagger being held out before the person, kind of shaking a little bit.
Sure. Conn puts a hand up. Again, mean you no harm. We're just travelers. We're trying to get north to the Bitter Reach. We're just passing through.
You hear a woman's voice. You recognize the woman's voice. It is Linnea.
Oh, yes.
And Linnea says, is it gone? She
Looks
moves
like
forward slightly out of the shadows, and you can see her face, and you can see that she is indeed dressed in Askelon leathers, right? And she's on all fours looking at you, and looks like she's been through it. She's got mud all through her hair, on her face. She does have a knife, and she's looking at you and just says, is it gone?
Looks like it's been gone for a couple days. Passed through. You're talking about the big giant, the armor, or the burning head?
She nods.
No. Yeah, it's passed.
She crawls over towards you and says, I know you. You helped me before.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah,
Who is it?
It's and I looked. It's Linnea. Looks like she was here when the outpost was attacked.
Oh, I'm so glad that you survived.
Linnea, I'm coming up.
It's I
won't.
It's Askelon.
I'm coming up. Askelon is behind me. He'll check you out. I just want to take a look around the horizon. We're not going to hurt you.
She nods and kind of scuttles back against the wall where she was before.
Okay, cool. Conn will climb up, and then he's just going to start scanning.
Okay. And you do, it's second story, you're probably 20, 25 feet in the air. So you're not going to get like a big bird's eye view or anything, and it is poor weather, but you do get a much better view than you would have from down below. While you're looking, Askelon, you climb the ladder as well, right?
Yeah. I'm going to go up and go to her and basically just, I'm going to say, I'll ask her if she's hurt. I'll ask her if I can see if she's hurt. And
So
say, go ahead.
What?
I'm not going to touch her until she says it's okay. I would say,
Okay.
can I see? Are you hurt?
So when you get close, when you appear, right, in your fur cape,
I know how to make an entrance, Harrigan.
However that is tied up so it's diaper-like or whatever, so that we've got
it's not pretty. We all know
some
it.
amount of modesty, but
yeah,
we know it's not
much,
pretty.
But yeah.
Yeah. As you approach, she, there's recognition in her eyes, clear recognition. She's like, you're the one who helped me, who cured the plague. But then she steps forward, and that knife comes up, and she says, and that left me out there.
I didn't leave you
alone.
I didn't leave you, but my I was unconscious, but I am very sorry for that, and I'm so glad that you have survived until now.
Barely. Everyone that was here. She goes over to the edge of the wall and points to the courtyard. She's like, they're all dead.
I see
all of them,
and as you can see, I have not fared well either. I said, let's go down. Let's go downstairs and rekindle the fire and get warm while we can. I said, come and you can help me, please.
What if that thing comes back? Where are the
not
others? There were 4 of you before. There were 2 have gone inside by now.
right. My other friends are looking for. I'm thinking loot supplies.
Well struck.
But look, I'm cold. You're cold. Let's build a fire, and that thing is gone. I am sure it won't be back for some time.
You will not leave me this time?
I didn't leave you the first time.
She shakes her head and says, kill me now if you're going to do that again. I cannot survive out here. My whole clan is gone. There are things I cannot believe that roam the countryside, slaying, killing. It's horrible.
I will not leave you alone, but we are headed towards the bitter reach. But let us get some food in our bellies and get some warmth, and we will talk this through. I promise you that. I will not lie to you.
And pants.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. All right. She agrees. So as the 2 of you go downstairs, Conn, you're looking sort of northeast, southwest. You see the weather's not great for seeing long distance, but you see the river up this way. See these heavy woods over here. If you're looking at the map, you have a good view of all of those sort of marshlands to the south, where the river really kind of spreads out into a delta and then just becomes a big miles and miles of marsh. But you can absolutely see open water out here. So to the east, it looks like those marshlands give up and become much more open seas type of thing. You do not see sign of Terra Melda. You do not see the restless dead that you kind of tangled with, a night or 2 ago or 12 hours ago, whatever it was.
Yep.
So the coast looks clear for now in terms of individuals who are approaching or watching. What do you do?
Okay. Do I see that river right to the north of us, Harrigan?
Yep, you do.
Okay.
Up there.
That's interesting. All right. There might be a settlement up that way. I'm just considering that there might be a settlement up that way by the river, because I don't see anything directly to the east, right?
East is just grasslands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Leading to the ocean. Okay.
Yep.
So there's nothing out there.
You might remember, I'll mark a couple of, or you can see, if you can see my cursor right now.
Yep.
Back and forth. This is about the edge of where the Red Runners had their totems erected.
Right
Right.
on.
So you kind of moved eastward of what their territory seems to be.
Okay.
All right. So, do you guys mind if I switch to the other pair?
No, go nuts.
And I think you 2 are basically going to go back down into the sleeping lodge, right? Okay.
Sure.
Look for pants and fire.
Garm, in a similar, I presume Stas is behind you because he has the bow. You got the shield, and is it a sword you have or an axe?
A sword.
Sword. Takes you some doing to get this door open, but you eventually do get it open. And inside is clearly a trading post. So lots of materials that have been brought here for trade from in terms of natural resources. So there's dried fish, there's furs, there's berries and things that have been brought. And behind what is this long bar, this long counter, you see all sorts of classic trading post items like horseshoes and nails and iron ingots, and a lot of the sort of the more cultured or difficult to manufacture things that you can't get out here on the frontier, that clearly these guys have been trading with people for. There's also weapons and maybe even some armor. So the way we're going to handle this, and the way why I wanted you to hold off for a minute, Phil, basically, if you guys want something, this trading post is pretty well equipped. If you guys want something off of the equipment list, if it's a common item, roll a die, and if you get a 1, it's not present. Otherwise, it's present. If it's uncommon, just follow the normal rules of the game, which is you need a 4, 5, or 6 on that D6 for it to be present. So in other words, you can probably equip yourselves pretty well by going through this truck house, this trading post. So you and Stas quickly get to the bottom of it. There's no back room or anything. This is, this is a big supply room that doubles as the trading post itself.
Gotcha. Yeah.
There's no monster. You all owe me a beer.
Love it. Love it. Oh.
So what do the four of you do? Because you can kind of reconvene at this point. Feeling like there's not a lot to this outpost, right? There's the sleeping house, sleeping lodge. There's the trading post. There's the second floor lookout, and there's the walls essentially, and the two doors that have been torn off will be the main features, along with all the corpses.
Can we put the doors back up in one way or the other? At least nail them up.
Sure, you could try.
Yeah, I think Garm will go around and just settle up the doors. He'll actually say, "Askelon, there's clothes in there, and grab me some sleeping furs to replace." And he just points at him.
Yes,
I
I think
work
that
on the
these
doors.
need to be burned.
Probably a good idea. Oh, hi, lady.
Lanaya is she sticks with Askelon and just eyes the rest of you. Doesn't say a whole lot. Doesn't wave back when you wave. Garm.
It's okay. It was an awkward wave.
Becoming more so with every flick of the wrist.
Yep. I'm just gonna, and then he goes to one of the doors.
Okay. So Garm, you can make a crafting roll if you'd like to per door.
Absolutely.
To try to get that fixed. If anyone wants to help him, we can use the helping rolls.
I help.
Sure, I'll give him a hand.
I think Sean is muted.
Am I?
Oh, no, you're not. I just
maybe
didn't
not
hear you.
muted, but maybe not picking you up.
Yeah.
Until you really come onto the mic.
Strange.
I can hear you now.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm about to roll a couple of finds as well from the book.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be some other things that you can get that are not just your typical on the equipment list kind of thing. So, and for those, I don't want to make this a big shopping trip by any means, but other specific things like Stas, are you looking for an axe or a sword? Think about what you want to sort of replenish what you've lost with. Right.
Yes.
How many people were helping Garm, real quick?
I think one.
Yeah, one.
Okay. I'll roll those quick.
Forgive me, I'm just doing some rolls here.
So I'm making rolls too for the stuff I'm getting. All right.
So we just gonna pick from the catalog and roll? Is that the deal? Anything?
Yeah.
Just a one and it's not there.
If it's a common, roll a die. If you get a 1, you can't find it. If it's an uncommon, you need a 4, 5, or 6.
All right.
And we'll go within reason, right?
I found torches.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
What was that for? Call out what it's for.
Studded leather armor. Seriously?
Yep.
We might be able to work that out.
Oh.
If the man's body has chainmail, I could take that and you could have my studded leather with a little cinching in.
Okie doke.
Okay, so there's leather armor.
Yeah, call them out before you roll them if you'd be so kind.
Oh, sure, sure.
Or type them in the chat or whatever you're going
I'm
to
typing in the chat.
But that's fine too. That's fine.
No problem. That's just to replace my knife.
Got to keep you guys at least somewhat honest here.
Right on. All right. So I find a knife to replace the one I lost. Okay. I would like to make a roll for leather armor, which is not statted. So
I've I've already rolled for that, and it's there. But are we rolling for each time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For items like armor, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe just be one suit. Okay.
Exactly. And when we hit a 1, that'll be the end of the supply, right?
Oops. Okay. So that's all right. So leather, a knife, arrows. God, I need arrows. Tell me there's some arrows. Please be some arrows.
I need a spyglass. Yeah.
Is it uncommon?
No.
What does it say?
It says normal item.
I don't know if I believe Sean.
That's
It says that in the.
under supply.
Oh.
It's rare.
Rare.
Is it?
So
How
what
did
is
I?
that?
How did I not?
That's probably a 6 that you need. Let me look.
Oh, why does? Where do I see
Yep.
if it's? Oh, it is rare. You're right. Yeah.
Yep.
I could.
So basically, common, don't get a 1. Uncommon, 4, 5, or 6, it's there. And rare, you need to get a 6 for it to
Let
be there.
it. Let her rip. Ah, close. It was a 2.
I can see Stas rooting around for a long time looking for one, though. There's got to be one.
Son of a bitch. Wait, what else do I need?
I'm
Kevin,
going
are
to
you
roll
rolling?
for a short bow, if that's okay.
Yep.
I rolled earlier. I got a 5 to get a closed helm,
Okay.
and that's the only thing I've rolled for. Kind of looks
So
cool.
you guys are doing the big rating thing right now, for sure.
For sure.
I did grab the chainmail, if that works for other folks. Which means that there's a studded leather about.
Go for it, Stas.
Stas,
Yeah.
Studded leather.
I'm going to put down that
Stas.
longsword that I had, too,
Stas
just so everybody
leather.
knows.
That's what that is. Stas leather.
Stas leather.
Very nice.
Okay.
Let me know when one of you
I'll
has a
roll
mo-
for-
Oh,
I'm going to
go
roll
ahead.
for arrows.
Do it.
So what does that start at? Does it start at 6?
Yeah, it starts at 6.
There is no D4 in this game, right? So.
Right.
Okay.
And every time you would buy one, we'll just bump the die to a D8, to a D10, etc. So if you had a D6 and you found one, it goes to a D8.
Okay. Does anybody else want to? Oh, okay. I'll roll again. And
Well,
see if there's a.
hang on.
And
Oh, sorry.
Has anybody
8
seen a spyglass? Has anybody looked for a spyglass? I can't seem to find a spyglass over here.
Silence.
Nobody?
I'll look around.
That would be
I'm-
great.
What do you need? What do you need to find the spyglass?
There's a 6. There's got to
6?
be a spyglass.
Once you don't find it, it's gone. So you can't
Oh.
search over and over.
Kevin.
As soon as
Kevin
one
did
person
not find
doesn't
it.
find something, that's the end of it.
It's
Right.
gone.
Oh, okay.
For
Gotcha.
sure. For sure.
Yeah. So
Damn
yeah,
it,
I presume you're
Garm.
all okay spending the second half of this quarter searching, replenishing, right?
Yeah.
I fixed
Okay.
up the doors. I got 2 successes.
I don't think we're ever going to get any more gear in this game unless we come across an abandoned trading post.
Yep.
Right.
So you got both doors back in place. Got it.
Yeah. I have a D6 arrows that Stas currently has.
Mhm.
And if Stas, you're welcome to keep the short bow and the arrows. I don't, Garm's not going to carry them anymore.
Then I will take them.
Go for it.
I am.
Let me know when you're done, and then just kind of recount what you've found or
So
added.
there are a horse in here. This place.
Cart,
A pony?
horse.
No, there's no stables.
Damn it.
Hindenburg. Sorry.
No.
Could get a tent. I don't know how he'd carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a small tent.
I'm almost maxed out. All I have is leather armor and a bow and a knife.
Let's say this. I would imagine at somewhere tucked beside the sleeping lodge, there's probably a hen house. There's probably chickens.
Yum. Eggs tonight.
There you go.
Nice.
I need to get.
They
All
have
right, so-
livestock of some kind.
Harrigan Conn equipped himself with a knife, so he sticks it back in the empty sheath. He increases his arrows by one die from D8 to D10. And I put on some leather armor.
Nice.
I do have to drop, though, my fishing hook and line if someone wants that.
Man, I can't even carry a bow.
Remember, you can carry it. It's just that when you're making
When
those
you
rolls,
hike-
you might suffer a little bit of agility damage if you fail the roll.
If you would like, I'll carry it for you.
No, it's okay. I forgot I was getting rid of my nasty sleeping fur.
Smart.
Of course, we're going to the Bitter Reach. We probably should see if we could get some, furs and.
Is anybody in a position where I can call out some other things that you found and you'll jot them down?
Field kitchen.
Yes, Kevin. Others?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, let me start sharing some things here.
Field
So-
kitchen, uncommon.
Roll it, man.
Huge, man. It's huge.
22
Yeah,
copper
it
coins,
is-
Kevin.
It's huge. I'm not
It's
gonna.
huge.
9 copper coins. A gaming board.
Ooh, we need that.
A second gaming board, but I rolled on the cork table and it's a toy. So it's a child's version of the gaming board.
We don't have time for gaming. What's the matter with you guys? Put that away.
11 silver coins. 6 silver coins. And 12 silver coins. So you've clearly, you've rifled some pockets for the corpses and you've found the strong box stash in the trading post. That's where all the silver was. What's Sean getting now?
Map. Map.
A map?
Uncommon. Map is uncommon.
Roll
Probably,
it.
probably gonna be freaking wrong, but
I'm rolling for a candle.
Nope, no map.
we
Yeah.
need no map.
You didn't get a 4, 5, or 6 for uncommon.
Oh, it's uncommon shit. I got my numbers crossed. Shout.
I need to go through this exercise more often. It lets me exercise my nope, you didn't get that GMness, and I like that. So
More high school Harrigan coming
Yeah.
out.
that's right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Not for
Wolford
long.
Chalk.
Okay.
Do I still have my trap? My bear trap? I have it on my sheet, but I don't know if I lost. I thought
I think you
lost
when
that
you
on the water when we were in the canoes. Didn't you lose that in the canoes? But maybe I'm wrong.
I don't remember. I thought when you rolled to see what you left behind from the Restless Dead, you were rolling between the bear trap and the
In
spyglass.
fact, didn't you use the trap to catch the boar recently?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Just making
I think you've still got the trap.
Yeah, I would have probably taken it off otherwise.
It's possible, Wayne, that he lost it in the water and we forgot.
I can't. I
whatever.
don't remember.
If only it was recorded and we can go look. If only.
No, that's where he lost the. That's where he lost the axe, wasn't it?
That's right.
Was it? Yes, the axe fell in the water and he was pissed.
That's right.
Yeah. Shit. The axe that had he had 3 kills with that thing.
Lockpick.
Ah,
Yeah, baby. We got a
Uncommon?
lockpick
you.
because we have come across so many locks.
All right, Conn detailed what he added. Garm, what did you add to your sheet? Chainmail. You're muted.
Chainmail and a closed helm.
That's right. What about you, Askelon? Are you done rolling? And if so, what did you add?
I'm looking now for ingredients. No, but yeah. So I I got leather. Okay, other than we have clothes. I've never recorded that separately. So and leather armor, short bow, torches, arrows, chalk, tallow candle, and I still have my throwing knife. And I'm looking through.
Oh, yeah.
Come to think of it, the sleeping lodge probably does have one room that's kind of private, which is where the owners of the place stayed, and you would certainly find trousers and a shirt in there.
Yeah.
Fish and line.
Someone was giving some up too. Conn was.
Yeah, I have some. Here you go, Stas. Yeah.
I thought I found some that you didn't see.
No. You look a little bit more like your old self. How you doing?
Feeling better now. I got some goods.
Good. See? I told you this was going to be a good place to come into.
There is shopping therapy.
So in the middle of all this, and you're back and forth a bit, but you're mainly in the trading post, right? Linnea is kind of hanging in the doorway, and she's like, "What? When are we staying here? Are we moving? What are we doing tonight? It's getting late."
I'm sleeping is what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah, we kind of closed up shop. I think it's a good place to rest for an evening.
She goes over when you say that, Garm, and she tests the doors to make sure they're going to hold.
He just watches to see if they fall off the hinges.
I'm taking you at your word that you fixed them. I didn't see your rolls fly by, so.
The first one was 2 successes, and the second one was 1 success.
There's fixed and there's orc fixed, right?
Right. Yeah.
Stood up the door, placed it against it.
It's leaving.
Oh, damn it.
What was that for, Wayne?
Well, okay. Interesting that a lot of the healing spells call for healing herbs, but they aren't actually listed anywhere. So I just decided to roll for herbs, and I got a 1. So
there are no herbs. What were you rolling? Got the 6 for, Sean?
Chalk.
Nah.
Yeah, it was chalk. I rolled a 6 for chalk.
All right. Are we almost done with the
Man, I don't know.
inventory loading?
Frenzy.
I'm having a good time.
I
Bandages.
say Stas like, this is awesome.
Let's get some bandages. Do I hear bandages?
Yeah, where's that, man? I didn't see
It's
that.
a common. Let's get some bandages.
Okay, don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. Okay.
Now there's 2 6s in a row. I need to start upping this stuff to rares, man.
I'm gonna roll for advantages. Whew.
I am at 8.5 of 6.
All right. Line in the sand. Everything now requires a 6 to be able to get anything.
Oh,
Took your time. Took your time.
I just start grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Got a box over there? Quick.
It's like a shopping frame. Was that a Price is Right thing where they would try to put as much as they could in the cart in like as short a period of time as possible? That's Stas.
Black Fridays in the 1990s.
That's right. That's right.
9 of 6.
Everybody good? I know Garm and Conn are. They're like waiting by the front door, like, we're ready.
Are we going?
Well, isn't Askelon tired? Are we going to stay here? Yeah.
I know. I was building off of what Harrigan said.
Yeah.
I'll take watch up on the tower if we want to the rest of this quarter, or while Askelon sleeps.
Well, we're going to move from the third quarter into the fourth. So the 6 p.m. to midnight, right? So let me move the clock. It's not what I meant to do. Okay, so fourth quarter, you've all done. You got both doors that have been reasonably well attached. You've pilfered the place of silver and copper and of all the other items you've added to your sheets. What's the plan for this fourth quarter? It sounds like you're going to stay here so Askelon can sleep. What do the other three of you do? And you're all going to want to roll your food and water die.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah.
Does anybody want a gaming board? Or are those being left behind?
That's ridiculous. That's for children. We don't
Okay.
need that. Get that out of here. Takes up
what I
too
thought.
much space.
That's what I
One
thought.
was an adult board. One was a
Yep.
children's game.
Otherwise, if we divide the money evenly, everybody gets 8 silver pieces, and there's 1 leftover copper.
I'll take the copper.
I thought.
I mean, you guys owe me from the town anyway. I mean, I got you guys a good discount. At least you could do
Are
is
you
give me the
combining coin types like an old school Monty Hall campaign, Kevin?
I was gonna take 30 silver or copper.
Okay, that's fine. This is a gritty game, man.
So what was the counts again, Kevin?
6.
It's 8 silver pieces each, and there was 1
Gotcha.
leftover copper.
Gotcha.
And what
Okay.
I did was with Garm, I took 5 silver and
Yeah.
30 copper.
No problem. Gotcha. Okay. Do we need to roll for food and water? Is there? I thought there was some here, Harrigan.
In fact, there is.
Okay.
You're right. I'm sure there's a well, and there's the kitchen
Okay.
we described.
Stock
So
up.
you are correct. There's no. In fact, let's say you can all bump your food die 1.
Oh,
Okay.
loving life. There we go.
Oh.
And your water die. In fact, you can top off your water die because there's a well.
This is great.
I am the
See,
most
Stas,
givingest
this is why we
GM
do
of all
this.
time.
This is why.
It's about time
Stas.
we got a break.
Let's go. See, let's go, man. Keep moving forward. No going back, Stas. No going
All
back.
right.
We're moving
You're
forward.
right. You're right.
We're gonna
man.
make it to the reach,
You're
man.
right.
We're gonna make it there.
You're right.
The
You're
water,
right.
you can if you move it up to the tower top, man. You go to the tower top, look east, you can see what I think is the ocean.
What?
I'm telling you, man, we're almost there.
All right.
Just like drunk bros. I love you, man.
I can't believe I got so discouraged. I mean, what was I thinking? What would I do when I go home? Just lie around and get fat?
There's a whole lot of assumption there. You'd have to get from here to there without dying.
Garm.
Exactly.
All right.
All right, you three who are not resting, what are you doing in Q4?
Keeping watch.
Okay, so Conn, you're up on top of the platform, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a fire up there?
Big raging inferno.
Keep you warm?
No, I don't
Still
think I
raining?
need to. I mean, if
It's
I,
cold.
yeah, I got a sleeping fur I can wrap around myself.
Okay.
I don't want to light a fire just in case that attracts attention.
And Garm and Stas, what are you doing?
I am going to train Quartermaster 3.
You're in a good place for it. You inventory everything.
Yep. Yep.
There are 519 spikes, 216 horseshoes. There you go. Okay, you're going to try to train, or is it the sort of thing where you just advance?
I just advance so long
Yeah.
as we don't get interrupted.
Oh, well, keep that in mind. Stas.
I guess I could train. I'm trying to think of what.
What you going to train?
I don't know.
You don't have to train.
Well, I might want to like be able to shoot this arrow thing fairly decent.
Oh, you could practice with the bow you just picked up.
I probably should shoot it once or twice.
Yeah, those corpses in the yard, the headless ones, will make great targets.
Can I actually teach
Wait.
Stas?
So wrong.
Somebody's got to show me how to do this.
Could Conn show
you can,
Stas?
but not while he keeps watch. Because otherwise, yeah, that's right. You could be the teacher, right?
Okay.
No, figure it
could-
out. You guys can adjust if you need to.
I could teach him.
Yeah, but you're
I-
going
I-
quartermaster.
Hey, how do you
3.
use this thing? I'm like, I got it backwards.
Right, but somebody should keep watch. Well, we could have the lady keep watch.
Oh, I don't know if she's in any state.
Her name is Lanaya, and you could ask her. Do you light a fire in? Let me ask you this: do you light a fire inside of the sleeping lodge, like where the kitchen is, with its big cook pot and all that stuff? Do you actually have a hot meal?
Can we cover up the walls and everything, or the windows?
Yeah, it's inside. There'll be smoke coming out, but it's going to be getting dark. So,
Yeah, I think after the sun goes down, we light a fire.
got it. Wayne, you were going to ask something.
I thought I already had. Remember when I pulled Lanaya down, I said, "Let's go light a fire." So
I'm sorry.
I was about to say it may be too late. We already have.
Okay, so if that fire's going, then yes. I mean, it is rainy and misty, so it's not like there's a big chug of black plumes coming from the from the chimney, unless you're like a bad guy and you can see it from like across the map. So that's different. Sorry. All right, so there is a fire going, and are you guys adjusting your training, or is Stas going to try to train by himself with the bow?
I
Sounds like you're making a roll.
I do
Stas.
not have marksmanship, so I am sucking wind.
I'll train you. I have marksmanship.
Oh, but I need it though to have sharpshooter.
Oh, I thought you were
Well,
going to train skill level.
So
That
did
makes
I. I
sense.
thought you were going for the skill.
Oh, to bump up
Yeah.
my skill. Oh, I could do that. Sure.
Isn't it at 0?
Yeah, so I'll train you because
Okay.
I have one in
Okay.
marksmanship.
Okay. How would you do this?
You
But
spend the XP, right?
Yeah, he would spend the XP and I spend it. No. All the way back to your ear.
Huh.
Twist this wrist away, or you're going to
This ear.
slap up again. So you have to twist this wrist, or you're going to hit.
Like this. How many XP do I have to spend for increasing a skill? I don't remember.
Level 1, 5.
5 XP. Bam. Nope. I got plenty. Let's do it.
So you do not get Quartermaster 3, right, Garm?
Yep, true.
So the two of you spend, a few hours in the yard, I think, practicing. Do you guys do anything with the bodies? Just leave them where they fell.
They stink.
They do.
Ugh.
It's raining still, so it's not like it's pervasive. But when you're next to them, they stink.
You want to move them outside the walls?
Yeah, get them out of here.
Yeah, I put them outside the walls this direction. Because I figure we're going to go the other way. So I put them out. If they attract restless dead, if that's a thing, they'll come to that side of the place. We can run out the other way.
To the west.
Yep.
Well, anything that smells can attract anything that smells it.
True.
Okay, so you clear out the courtyard of the bodies when you do your practicing.
Mhm.
Conn, you're up top. Askelon, you're actually gonna rest, hopefully. Conn, sitting in the cold, I do want you to make an endurance check to not get cold. But you've got your fur, so I want you to add an extra die to your endurance check for that.
Okay. Good for that. Endurance.
Does the fur have a rating?
It does. It's 2.
There you go. Add those dice.
Okay.
Those of you in the yard would have to do this as well, but you're practicing, so you've got a lather worked up. So Conn, you're not cold, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So hours go by, sun goes down as we hit sort of the 10 o'clock time frame, or so. Rain continues. But when you finish up with your sort of bow work in the yard, Conn, you've been keeping watch, but now it's dark, so it's difficult to see much of anything from up here. But I would like you to make a scouting roll.
Okay.
Make it at -2 for the darkness. You've got power scouting anyway.
Power scouting.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
I'll push that.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn it. Oh, it's wits. Yeah, let's do it.
Success. So 1 damage to your wits. But while you're up there, it's getting close to midnight. It's near the end of this quarter. Something or some sound, something catches your ear from the south towards the water. So as you move to that side of the the platform and look,
Okay.
It's very dark out there, right? The only light's coming from inside the outpost, and that's just a little tiny bit that spills like underneath the door type of thing from the lodge where they have the fire going. But there's at least one figure sort of moving in the dark towards the outpost. You can't really tell. Is it a man? Is it a horse? Something is moving in the dark, but you can definitely see it come. It seems to be coming straight towards you. It's probably like 100 feet away.
Okay, where's Stas and Garm?
I'm going to say they've probably just gone back inside because they're through now with their bow work.
Okay, I will raise the hatch.
I will not call this as an interruption, guys, because I said that.
Okay. I will raise the hatch and stick my head down and just call out to those two. Something's to the south of us. Heard something. I see something moving. Can't make out what it is in the dark, but something's approaching the outpost.
Never get a rest.
Never. What? How big is this world where we can't just be undisturbed for a freaking day? All right, let's. Garm, you go that way. I'll go this way.
Hey, you should go up there and use your new skills.
I should. You're right.
I got this. And Garm will go approach the door from the direction that the guy's coming from, or the
He's
figure.
coming from the south, so the doors are east and west, right?
Ooh. Yep.
So he's got to come around. So Garm, we'll tell you where we see him going, east or west. Just wait below.
And who goes back up?
Well, I stayed up there. I'm just kind of.
Oh, you just called down. That's right.
I'm just calling down through the trap door.
So once you get out of the way, Stas, you go up. So you got your bow up there, and then you guys are going to call out to Garm which way. And Conn, when you go back over the side, you can see that whoever this figure is, now they're probably like 50 feet away. And you can tell that they're not like walking upright. They're kind of moving like this, kind of a hunched kind of lope. And they are heading probably towards the eastern entrance. So not the entrance you first came in, the other one.
All right, so I'll whisper that down to Garm. Garm's going east.
I go put my back up against the wall next to that door.
He's got a weird kind of walk, man. It's like he's hunched or something.
Okay, so the two of you are up top. Garm, you're down below, kind of laying in ambush. If this thing or person were to try to come through the door somehow. But the two of you up top can start to see it more and more clearly, even though there's no light out there. There's some moonlight that you're able to see. You think it might be a saurian. You can see kind of its skin is wet. It's not wearing a lot of clothing, and it's kind of coming along. It has clawed hands. It has that sort of fishy, froggy face beneath a hood it has pulled up. It is wearing a cloak. And it gets to the door and stops and just like claws at the door. And Garm, you hear just on the other side of the door this. It just scratches. It turns and looks behind it and then scratches again. What do you do?
I shoot it.
Okay, Stas. If you let's line up your skill. What's your skill?
1.
Okay, and is it an agility skill? I mean, let's do the full meal deal here.
Yeah.
Stas is taking a shot, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. When did you learn how to use that thing?
Yeah. Well, we're about to find out.
I think this is how it goes. I'm gonna try it out anyway.
Rookie. Rookie.
Oh, hey, you got a gear bonus in there, bud.
And I think from here it's probably short distance.
I do have a gear bonus.
If that makes a difference.
How do I shoot this thing in here?
If you go to combat
and go
that route, it should auto put the gear bonus in there.
Didn't put the gear bonus in there.
Just add the dice though
Yeah,
at this
for
stage.
now. But
How many dice
Next
do I
time.
need to add? 2?
I don't remember.
2.
Look at that.
Nice.
Thump.
So that damage is 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Got him. I think I got him.
So, Conn, you hear the bowstring thrum,
Yep.
and the arrow just flicks right down. And Garm, you hear this as well. You hear a, and then just this squealing, shrieking, and the thing is like running in a circle, and then it starts bolting back towards the water.
Get another shot.
Why are we shooting this thing?
Screw that
Conn,
thing.
but yeah, are you letting them just let that fly at it?
He's gonna go get his buddies.
Okay, I'll shoot it then. I mean, Stas has made a gong show of this, so might as well finish the job like a pro.
I don't even know if I
So-
can shoot that far.
I
think Stas, you have to do the whole like ready an arrow and all that stuff, right?
Probably.
So I think you and Conn can probably get arrows off at about the same time, even though Conn wasn't ready. If you're following me,
Yeah.
Conn can probably get one off at the same time, even though you had yours in hand. So I'll let you both take a shot, but it's going to be long distance in the dark, so -2. He's clearly trying to get the hell out of here.
So Harrigan, when you say -2, is that because of long range, or is that also with darkness? Because I don't have to worry about. Okay, because I don't have to worry about ranges anymore.
Then let's have you take a -1.
All right, cool. Let's
I
take
don't
the
have to worry
sharpshooter.
about ranges anymore. It's a
I
-2 for you, Stas, and you can use your gear now to include the gear die. You do. So, Stas, you can push if you want to, but I don't think you need to, because Conn's shot kind of goes into the dark, and you hear a, and then boom, and it's motionless.
See, that's how it's done. That's how you shoot a bow.
I look at my bow and I set it down and I go, nice job, man.
I still don't think we need to shoot it.
You are good at that. How long did it take for you to get that good? Because I'm just kind of starting out. And I might
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Wow.
2 weeks.
That's crazy. Hope I could learn as fast as you, dude.
Crazy. Both of you roll your arrows, your arrow dice. Garm, what are you doing? You heard this screeching, the thing sounded like it was running away, more twangs from above, and then a screech, and then no more sounds.
I'm just gonna make sure the door's still shut.
It's still shut.
Yep. I kind of double check the latch.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go back into the house. Into the roadhouse.
Okay. He goes back
Lift up.
in.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Garm.
Hey, was that you first, Stas?
Well, I mean, I thought it was lucky, but nah, it was. I did exactly what you said. Like, I was a little out, and then I brought it back to my ear.
Perfect. Let me see your wrist. Did you get yourself?
Not too bad. Second one
nice.
got me a little bit, but not too bad.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Thanks, Garm.
Hey, teamwork. This is going to be a beautiful thing.
All right, end of that quarter. Is anybody going to go outside to check on the thing, or are you just going to leave it out there in the rain and just do your own thing? What's the plan? Askelon, you can
Check
wake
on
up
it in
now
the
as well.
morning.
So it's now midnight. So, dead of night, pitch black outside, still raining. Looks like it is lightening up a little bit in terms of the rain. Might be fair weather tomorrow, or at least scattered clouds.
I gotta get.
What's the plan for Q1 of the next day?
I gotta get some rest.
Same.
I can't concentrate.
Okay.
Askelon, can you keep watch?
You're muted, Mike.
Sorry. Yes.
I will sleep as well.
Okay. So 3 of you sleeping. I'm going to say that Lanaya slept in that last quarter along with Askelon as well, and that she'll be up to keep him company on the watch, the Q1 watch. And on that note, before we move ahead, does anybody need a bio break? Should we take 5? We're about halfway through or so.
Sure.
You guys want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be
that's
good.
great.
Okay. Let's come back in a few. All right, we ready to rock and roll and keep push on through to the end here?
Yeah.
I've got pants. Let's hit it.
He's got
Yeah,
pants.
heck yeah. I got metal armor.
Oh,
We're never going into a
Askelon.
boat again.
That's right. I'm not taking this off, so we're not sailing. You're going to the Bitter Reach.
Better be
Okay.
a really big boat.
Okay. Summerwayne the 14th, Q1.
So we did rest.
Nope.
Oh, we didn't rest. That's right.
Nope. You're about to try. Askelon rested. Now Stas and the others have laid their heads down.
Yeah.
And I presume you're bunking out in the, in the lodging area, right?
Yep.
Askelon, are you up on the platform? The watch
Yeah.
platform, not quite a tower. So all right. So Linnea's up there as well. The other 3 are down below and are, trapdoor shut. They're getting their shut eye. And as described a few minutes ago, the rain starts to slack off a little bit, and sure enough, in an hour or 2, it stops. So then there's just that sort of wet feeling in the air you get after it rains. You can kind of smell it, but the blackness around you is pretty absolute. Other than a little bit of moonlight and a little bit of light coming from the lodge down below, maybe through the crevices in the trapdoor type of thing. And Lanaya seems agitated. I'll say that. She's 2 hours in. She's starting to pace a little bit, sort of looking from one side to the other. And she
What's
says,
the matter?
"This is what it was like when that thing came. Just like this."
We saw it on the plains, and we could actually feel its tread. This dark, I'm sure we would see it coming. It would probably be glowing. Let's just keep our eyes peeled.
Because it was on fire.
Right.
You
right.
saw it? It was terrifying.
Days ago. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
She just nods, but you can see that her nails are digging into her palms.
Mhm.
Her jaw is clenched. You can tell she is very uptight about the situation, the darkness that envelops your outpost.
How did
Continue
you
keeping watch?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask her, if, how she made it here. Did she
From
just
where you
walk
left
here?
me? Yes.
I didn't. Okay. Yes. All right.
I
Yes.
was afraid to go north of the river because of the elves. And I know that there's troubles westward, so I went east. And that's how I just found this place.
Do you know this land at all?
Not north of the river. Our lands are south of the river. Or they were. Before the Black Wings, she spits, killed every one of us.
Had you seen them before? The Black Wings?
No. I've heard stories. And we did not know who they were when we invited them into our camp.
Right. I remember that you said that you thought that they were, you thought they were you didn't know what they were. I guess it was. Yeah.
We did not. We thought they were just normal Raven sisters. Make for me a scouting roll, please, Askelon.
Yes. Good.
Three sixes. So Askelon, you don't even really see anything, but you sense two things as you're talking to her. And in fact, this is probably, maybe even 30 minutes or an hour after the two of you quiet down. She remains really agitated and fearful. And you can tell that she wants to stay with you just because you're awake and she can kind of see around her. So she wants to be sort of as aware as she can be. But you start to get the sense of something familiar or something almost like ancestral, or maybe even another elf east of here, and not far east at all.
East of here.
As you look out on the road, not the road, outside of the doorway, on the path that leads east,
yeah,
there's the body with the two arrows in it that you can see in the moonlight.
Son of a bitch.
And something glimmers near the body. Something red glimmers.
I don't think I even heard the story of what happened.
No, you were asleep. You're like, what the? Where?
I'll ask Anaya to come over and I'd say, what is that? It looks like a body laying in the road.
She peers. Oh, it was not there before. Something killed it. She rushes to the north and looks. There's something out there. I know it. I can feel it. What do you do, Askelon?
It's going to freak out. I said, how far away is it from the door?
It's probably like 75 feet. It's a long distance, I think. 75 or 100 feet, something like that.
I'll say, would you stay here and watch over me? I want to go see what that is.
Are you crazy? You're going to go out there?
I have a feeling that there's something out there that's calling to me.
She shakes her head a little bit and she just says, I will watch. You need to be fast. I will wake up all your friends immediately if something goes wrong. I'm closing the door behind you.
All right.
Two of you go down.
Yeah, I'll go down.
You climb down the ladder. The other three are sawing wood in the lodge, sleeping. Back out into the courtyard. No longer raining, but still wet and muddy in the courtyard.
Okay.
And then you go to that eastern door that Garm had repaired, and there's basically a big block you can lift off. I don't think, Garm, you necessarily did it so that the hinges work perfectly and everything, but you set it up so that you could sort of, affix it firmly and then remove a couple pieces and then push the door to the side.
Yep.
So you do
exactly.
that, Askelon?
Yeah. Yes.
So you move the door, look out. Sure enough, harder to see from here because you're lower, but you think you see the shape on the road still, or on the path still. I don't mean to describe it as like a big Roman road. It's clearly like a place where people have walked before.
Right. So, all right, I'm going to take my time. Keep looking out. I'll have my bow out, and I'll just I'm going to actually give her time to. I said I will signal you when I want to come back in, but I will give you time to put the door back in place before.
She says, "Am I watching from up top or where? Or what am I doing? How do I do this? I'm locking the door." I'm going to lock the door.
Just lock the door back. I'll give you a chance to go up. I'll wait here until you get to the top so you can see me. And then I'll go take a look and I'll signal you when you come back down and let me in. Okay?
She nods.
Okay.
Door
That way
moves
you'll be
back in
safe.
place. There's the sound of the wood blocks falling. Her footfalls. Someone faintly using the ladder. Trap door. And then she appears at that top rail. That top.
Okay.
And you can see her looking down. She's like,
All right,
I am here. I am here.
Okay. And then I will move quietly over to the body, looking for that where I saw that glimmer.
Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you trying to be quick?
I'm trying to be stealthy.
Make me a stealth roll. Please.
I am not very stealthy.
It's okay.
I'm just going to leave it because I have to shoot.
Yep. So you prioritize kind of scurrying along over being super quiet.
Yeah.
It does not feel good outside based on everything she's been saying, based on seeing this figure you didn't know was there before, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that Conn never mentioned, because Conn was up here earlier and did a whole 360. He never mentioned anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely have a not great feeling in the back of your mind as you are approaching. And it's a saurian you see as you get within maybe 20 feet or so. A little bit of moonlight. And remind me, do elves have a little bit of dark vision going on in this game? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so.
I don't think they do. And that makes me so happy. So it's just the moonlight.
Yeah, nobody can see in the dark, and like
other games, ultravision or infrared.
Yeah, right.
Stop it, Sean.
Infravision. Yeah.
Shut it, Sean.
You see heat signatures.
Predator vision. Yeah. That kind of thing. All right. So Askelon, as you get to this, it's clearly a saurian wearing like an old ratty cloak. Got a loincloth on. He has some sort of net-like pack or bag on his back, and he's laying dead with a pair of arrows in his back. On his side, there's a pool of dark blood, and near his hand is the elven heart that you lost before. You're sure
the one from the village?
It's the same one. You're sure.
The one I had the vision about.
The one you had the vision about of the saurian finding, and the same one that you were entrusted to by Ori.
And somebody just murdered this dude.
And someone
in cold blood
murdered this dude.
Murked him out of
in cold blood.
I'll pick up the heart.
So the moment your skin makes contact with it, you're back in you're in contact with this entity, with this ancient elf that is longing for something, for anything, for connection with its people. For, it had this sort of sanctity and worship before in the village, right? Then you have the idea of maybe you would return it north to the Still Elves, or maybe even bring it to the Golden Bough. See your comments, Phil. To Maidenholm, which is the island to the east of here, right?
Right.
And holding it again in your hands just gives you this oh, yeah, I'm so happy I found this. When you turn back towards, go ahead.
I was just gonna say a prayer to the Nightwalker, or I guess to guide this spirit, this poor saurian spirit, back to his people, and look around to see if somebody shot him, they wouldn't be close. Yeah. And okay, sorry. Then I'll look back behind me.
Well, and by behind you, all I'm talking about is back towards the the outpost.
Mm-hmm.
So you turn with the elven heart in your hand, and there's some, it's glinting in the moonlight, right? So it's collecting some light. It's your best light source out here.
Uh-huh.
And with the light source in your hand, there is blood mist all around you that you couldn't see in the dark. And it's all around the outpost. So it's almost like you guys can picture what fog looks like when you kind of hit it
Right.
with your high beams.
All
There's this immediate sheen in front of you of redness,
Okay.
and between you and the outpost, something moves. Something big goes through the mist, like a shadow.
Okay. I am. Yeah, I am going to just hold on to that heart, and I'm going to move back towards the tower, but I'm not going to like just like haul ass screaming. I'm going to just kind of I'm going to move as quickly as I can, but I'm not going to like scream or whatever. I don't want to scare her either. So okay.
So you're basically just going to try kind of just dart right through the mists,
Yeah.
despite the fact that the shadow you've just seen is between you and the outpost.
Well, I thought it was moving.
It was, but it's definitely in that direction. It wasn't coming towards you. It was moving like right to left.
I'm not going to be out here by myself. I mean, so I'm gonna have to go back. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
So you start running, but you don't say anything to her. And correct me if
To
I'm wrong.
her?
To the woman, to Linnea in the tower.
I want to make sure I can make it to the tower without. I don't want this thing getting into the tower. Is what I'm thinking to myself. So I'm going to try to get closer to before I tell her to come let me in.
Make me a move roll, please.
All right.
Or hang on, I want to make sure I got the right skill. Yeah, move is right.
Two.
All right. So your feet
I am
fly.
fleet-footed.
Yep. The fleet-footed elf who's now wearing pants, which is always good.
Mm-hmm.
You scurry through the mist.
Oh no, they're corduroy. I'm making lots of noise. Okay.
Do you do anything with the gem, or I don't think you have like a bag or anything with you, right?
I'm actually holding it like close to me to like I'm thinking of it like of its warp that is, I know it may not protect me, but I'm trying to not be afraid like I saw Stas was. Do you understand?
So as you start coming, you make good speed back towards the outpost, but she sees you coming closer and closer with this glowing red ruby heart.
Right.
She sees the blood mist around you, and she loses her shit. She screams. You can hear her say, "It's the blood mist! It's all around you! The blood mist!" And she disappears back, and you can tell is going to be heading for the trapdoor.
Okay.
You emerge from the mists right at the door, which is locked. So you're back to the door. And as you turn, you see that the mists are billowing right up against the walls of the outpost. And in fact, they're going up, and they are going over and into the middle of the outpost.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hold your thought just for a second. The three of you hear screaming and the trapdoor moving and pounding on the ladder. And here comes Linnea just belting out, "He's outside. Askelon's outside. There's blood mist. We're all going to die. We're going to die here. It's coming back." So the three of you have been woken with a start. So you don't get your rest, unfortunately, for Q1. And she is trying to rouse you. Do you reach for gear? I don't know if you slept in armor. What was the story here? The three of you.
I start putting on my armor and picking up my stuff that's sitting next to me, and I'm like, should have taken her to the river.
What do you mean he's outside the walls?
What is going on?
So Stas is getting his gear on. What are Conn and Garm doing? The same?
Yeah. Conn's getting on his leather armor. I don't know. Can you sleep in that stuff? Is it uncomfortable? Leather armor?
I think you could sleep in leather armor.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to do it all the time. But.
No. Testing it out, maybe. What's it like? First time.
Doesn't really matter because you didn't sleep all the way through it. So
There it
Right.
is.
hard to
Right.
say.
I was
There you
playing
go.
the board game. We were checking out the board game.
Stupid board
What
game.
what about you, Garm?
I imagine sleeping in chainmail would be really uncomfortable.
Mhm.
So he's not. But he turns. He had his sword kind of on his chest because that's how he's used to sleeping. So he has that, and he kind of turns and he sees the shield or the helmet, and he reaches out, grabs the helmet, and plops it on his head, and will get
Stealing
up and
magic
head.
helmet.
And he heads towards the door, just sword and helmet.
Sword and helmet. So he's going to be quick to respond.
Yep.
Conn will be quick to respond. Stas, you're going to need a moment. You'll need a round to pull on your armor, we'll say.
Mumbling and bitching about it the whole time.
Okay. So she is in a she's in a panic, in a state. You think she's saying Askelon's outside. He went outside. The door's locked. There's blood mist out there. That thing is coming back. We're all going to die. Just over and over. She's in your ears, completely panicking. And back outside, Askelon, what are you doing? Behind you, you can sense something moving. And you turn, you don't see it, but it sure felt like something went by and kind of the hairs in the back of your neck stood up a little bit.
Can I climb this wall?
You can try.
I think that's what I will do.
All right. So before you do that, let's draw our initiative cards. I think the timing of all this now matters. And I'll do my level best to, let me see here. No active encounter. That's good. So I'm going to create an encounter. Reset the deck. I'm going to go to that front page here for a minute. I got a bunch of tokens I can get rid of.
Yeah, Garm and the Restless Dead are still in the combat.
Engaged. Yeah. It'll help if I remember how to actually interact with the interface there. Okay. What is that?
It's a ghost or something.
Yeah. It is indeed. We'll leave him there just in case sometime in the far future next year when we return to this game, you guys go back to that crypt or whatever. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Yeah, get your cursors off of that,
That doesn't look good.
cheaters.
That doesn't tell me anything.
Who's already pulled a card?
Wait, the combat has. You need to end that other combat first,
Okay.
and
Let's do that.
then
Oh, I get
highlight
you.
all.
Interesting.
Highlight all of us.
Yeah,
and then
which I've done. Reset the deck.
and add us to
And
the
then-
combat.
Yep, do this.
There you go.
Okay.
So now you want us to draw?
Yep. So in this moment, 3 of you are rising, 2 are rushing to go to Askelon's aid. Stas needs a little bit more time. Askelon, you're making the executive decision I'm going to go over the wall. I'm not going to wait for them to try to open the door, right? So Stas and Conn need to draw still, the looks of it.
For some reason, mine is saying that I have to select a token. Someone help me out. I'm useless.
You need to select the token. So just click on your.
Pick your token.
On where the meeple is, like where it's. For some reason, it's.
Head back to
He's
the
not
home.
He's not. You need to be on the Forbidden Lands home.
Harrigan
Where
needs
is he?
Harrigan
Oh,
needs
I
to
can
pull guys over.
Yeah, pull
Oh.
everybody over. There you
Just do-
go.
There I am.
Sorry, Phil.
That's okay. I thought it was me.
Nope.
I was like, it's this goddamn
No.
VTT. I can't figure. I'm an
you
idiot.
can navigate there by yourself, which some folks did, but I should have activated that page and brought you there. So sorry. Yeah, find your token and then you can do it.
I'm good. I'm a 9. I'm last.
So how can 2 of them have the same card?
don't
When
know.
I
It's
just-
just the thing doesn't work well.
I
It
just reset the thing. Yeah. So in any case, it doesn't really matter because Stas is still inside, right? But
Just make the
Garm
bloodling
is
a 2.
I think I will do that. So stand by.
So I can't do it. I can't exchange initiative values with you guys because we can't talk. But Stas, Garm, and Conn, you guys could switch your initiative values around before
That
the
is true.
But
That is
I
true.
can't because
That's-
I'm not near you.
Yeah, I think it's sight and voice kind of thing, right? So let's say this. Askelon, you make your decision and you're going to go like just beside the door and just try to, climb up. It's like a 10-foot wall that we described before. So it's not easy to climb, right? You're probably looking around for something to like set a foot on, like a rock or some rubble or something that you can kind of get a jump off of. But as you do that and kind of explore the wall and going up, you hear this hissing sound behind you, and you have that same hairs on your arm go up. And as you turn, I think I can show this, can I not? Let me see if I can show it. Maybe not. I think you know what a blood thing looks like.
Yeah.
All right. This is where I'm failing at the VTT. I've described it before. This thing is probably 9 or 10 feet tall and very thin and long, and it's stretched out with these long limbs, no face. And it's kind of a blend of like the mist and congealed blood and shadow all together. And its arms end in these long, pointed, scissor-like blades. And I don't mean scissors this way, like an individual pair
Right.
of, one of the shears. So it comes to a long, tapering point. And you may recall before, whoever, I think it was Conn who saw the deaths before at a distance, where someone was lifted up and they were cut in two. What Conn described, you were sure is what you're looking at. So there's just a hissing chitter. It doesn't have a mouth or anything, but it's making some kind of noise somehow. And as it's coming for you, I'm going to have to roll its attack here. Stand by. So before you're able to get purchase on the wall, you see the thing rise up out of the mist like I described, and then it's coming for you, it's coming at you, its two arms go out to the sides, and I described it as being faceless, but suddenly in the lower half of its face, you see like a raw, it's almost like it's a bursting of like rotten meat the way it comes open. It rips open, and there's all these white jagged teeth, and that maw opens wider and wider and is coming right for Askelon's throat. And unless Askelon can take his fast action to do something here,
I
it's going
think
to
I
bite
will
him.
dodge. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to dodge. It's all be on the freaking ground. I guess I will push it.
Push.
Yay.
So that's how many damage to your agility? 2?
2.
And what was your agility already?
It was a 3. So I cunningly dodge into its mouth.
That's right. He tries to dodge. You're going to end up on the ground.
Okay.
Forgive me while I read this here. It's a long description. So this is going to damage both wits and strength.
Okay.
And you take 2 damage to each.
Yeah.
You're trying to sort of back away along the wall is sort of behind you, blocking your way from retreating directly. Suddenly you're wrapped up in the thing before you can actually dive and hit the ground. That maw closes right around your neck and you can feel its teeth puncture right into your skin. And there's just blood spraying. You are thrown from its maw and, roll around on the ground. Also note for the future, Wayne, should you survive this, there's a infection we're going to have to check from this. As you land and you have this open wound in your throat, there are worms of some kind that look like they're blood and shadow infused, and they're all crawling around in that wound. It's not a good moment for Askelon.
Scream.
Yeah.
The most highest pitched elf scream that I can.
All right. Stas is up next. Stas, you're trying to put your armor on, but while you do that, you can swap initiative with somebody if you want to. And you guys have heard Askelon scream outside.
I will switch with Garm, I think. Garm can go before me.
Okay, so Garm is going to be a 3, and you're going to be a 4.
Oh, actually,
Probably makes more sense to switch with someone later.
I'll probably switch with Conn then.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Conn's going to be a 3.
Last. Putting on my clothes. Go out there, get him. Oh my God, Askelon must be dying.
Stas is a 9.
Idiot, should have never left the damn building.
Conn, you're up next.
Oh yeah. So Conn runs to the ladder that leads up to the tower and climbs up it to try to see what he can from up there, and then
I think fast action to get to the ladder and climb up it, and probably another fast action to get to the edge. Does that make sense?
Love it.
Okay, so as you get to the edge, you can picture you're looking almost straight down at where Askelon was, right? Because this whole structure is pretty small. And God damn it, Conn, I would imagine Wayne, Askelon's still clutching the gem, even though he's been so badly injured. There's this red glow from down there, which lets you see. It's hard to see out in the darkness. You don't see that there's blood mist everywhere, but around Askelon, you can see it because the elven gem is glowing. And there's this creepy ass, tall, gangly, weird limbed thing kind of parading around him now, almost like stalking around him as Askelon is on the ground. You can see that he's bleeding out from a neck wound. Then we have Garm. Number 4.
Garm plops his helmet on and runs for the door, throws it open, and charges across to the door outside.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll say you can get your sword and helmet, and you can get out to the door that you repaired. So you're on the other side of the wall, right?
So would I see him? Would I see that, Harrigan?
Yep.
I'll yell out, warning, there's a demon out there, Garm!
Makes no matter to Garm.
So is Askelon.
Speaking of Askelon, you hear that called out. So your friends are awake. That's that much you know. But you dodged, so you're on the ground. You're in the mud. There's blood, but you're up. Wayne, what's up?
Screw this damn demon. I'm going to banish it.
Love it.
See what happens here.
Let's just describe for us what you're doing. Like, are you doing this from the ground? Are you getting up? You got this gaping, flowing neck wound, and you can feel something moving, going deeper into your body from that wound.
I'm going to. I'm going to. So actually, I forgot I have fast footwork. So that dodge actually didn't count as an action against me. So,
so you still have your fast action then.
I still have fast action, right? So
gotcha.
I'll standing up as a fast action.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'll stand up and then I will holding out. I'm not actually using this as an ingredient because I don't want to destroy it. But I'm going to hold the gem out in front of me and basically say, as my blood drips off of my hand, be gone, demon, and I'm going to basically just channel that energy through me and through the ruby. Again, I'm not technically using it like a holy symbol, but
well, can you post the spell, or I'll look it up. I want to know what the results are, what your power level has to be able to do what you're describing.
Okay, so
I can look it up if you don't want to.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't have it handy.
Hold on a minute. I'll just post it.
Okay. Spell damage equal to the power level on a demonic target. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to say that this does act as a holy symbol, the Elven Heart.
Okay. All right.
So what does that do? It gives you an extra power level, so it'll be an extra point of damage.
Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead
and how much will are you spending?
I'm going to spend 2 points of will.
You got to describe all this for us, Wayne, once you get the roll set up.
Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah. Man, I'm going to blow myself up. But yeah. And for a penny, and for a pound. No, I need to, I really should probably try to save myself. Okay, all right. All right, so I pull out I pull the gem out. My blood is dripping off of it. I scream, be gone, demon. And I'm channeling, I'm thinking of this as like the gem that is inside me and this gem like forming some kind of link, and then that's blasting this thing.
Got it.
Okay.
Roll them bones.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
3 dice and didn't get a 1.
Oh God.
So power level 5.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Calm down, Phil.
I'm excited. Great.
Pretty
This
fucking
is
awesome.
huge.
Yeah, it is.
On a demon, this is huge.
It is. All right. So the gem flares in your hand as you chant the utterances that will unbind these demons and dispel them. And you can see the shadow and the blood and the flesh from its body start to flay off of it into the night, into the blood mist, and it starts to come apart. It wails with that weird, like many, like almost like finger bone teeth that it has, wails into the night and staggers back, but is not completely destroyed by your dispelling of it. But it's greatly diminished. It's sort of hunched over and kneeling as it looks up at you, and the spell is finished and you're lowering the gem. It looks up and it just kind of turns its head and then keeps turning its head, and you have its full attention. I will say that.
All right.
Stas, put some gear on, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's say you take your full turn to put your leather armor on, and you can probably get to the threshold of the door. You're not as far as Garm is, because Garm is at the external door, the exterior door. And then I think, we've got rogues and raiders in here as well, do we? No, look at the wrong thing here. Okay, I hadn't even begun the combat yet. Here we go. So let's do this. So we're back to the bloodling. Is that right? You guys have all taken your actions?
Yep.
Okay. Forgive me, Wayne. I'm doing this randomly.
That's okay.
Oh dear.
I got to cast one kick-ass spell.
Yep.
I'm okay.
Yep.
I'm okay.
So
I'm okay, Harrigan.
It stands up, and it takes those weird, bony, red arms, and it puts them straight up in the air, and then straight out, and it twirls like a figure skater, and just comes at you like a helicopter blade. And as Askelon backs up, it comes at closer to you, and it goes through the wood beside you as the blades are coming towards you. So the wood of the fortress wall is just chucking out of the side. Garm, you can hear this thump, 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 as it hits the wall, but those blades are coming right through where you'll be, Askelon, unless you do something about it.
I will attempt to dodge. Nope.
Okay. Gonna push?
So if I push, I will break myself. Is
Then
that any
wait.
different than just taking the damage?
This damage will be to your strength if you take this damage. To your
Oh,
um,
okay.
yeah,
Well,
to
I'm
your
going to be out anyways, so I might as well. Of course, no. All right.
So let's take 3 damage to your strength.
Okay, so I'm broken.
Excuse me, 4 damage to your strength.
Well, so that's -3. So
Okay.
I am broke.
You're very broken.
I am very broken.
And we have to find the right table now, right?
Yeah, it was
Critical
under-
injury, slashing. Do you want to roll it? Should I roll it?
Yeah, I'll roll it.
Okay,
If you're okay with that.
I am. I'll just have
Okay,
to use the
so-
table in the book because I don't think the results line up. They do line up. You can give me just a regular D66 roll, 2 1d6s.
Wait, where core game? Actor.
Just do
item.
them separately. It'll be easier that way.
Oh, you don't want me to roll it?
If you can find the table and roll it, do it. I don't know if we ever determined if you could do that or not. If you can, by all means, do it.
Cards item.
I'm sure there's a way for me to show this to you.
Full
Is there?
table. Bitter reach. No, core
there's
game
not.
tables.
Yeah, critical injuries under core game tables.
Slash wounds.
Slashing wounds. Yeah.
Slash mouth. Oh,
So no longer will you be uttering words of your elven
Yeah,
incantations.
so much for my songs, huh? All right, so
-2 to manipulate. If you want to roll a d6, that's your, or did it already roll it for you? I bet it already rolled it.
Yeah.
You
how
should
did I
have a
get
d6
phobic? I forgot about that.
from the ghost.
Yeah, So yeah, slash mouth, not lethal, 4 days, -2 to manipulate. Okay, well, could be worse.
But you're on the ground, right? You've been broken.
I am broken. Yeah, my strength is at a 0.
So
Unbelievably, even though I pushed my roll, I did not go to 0 on my agility. But
yeah, that was good. Garm, you're the closest to this, and Conn, you see it. You've seen all of this. You've seen this amazing magic that he just used to partially devastate and destroy the thing, but it came back at him with this twirling, whirling bladed attack, and it caught him right in the face, and it put him down on the ground. And Garm, you hear Askelon's gurgle as you can tell he falls. And back to the combat tracker, and I'm going to say Conn is up. What's
I guess
Conn
I'll
do?
try to. Well, I mean, he's up at the top of the tower.
Yes.
I see
Short
Askelon.
range.
Yeah, I see Askelon just get smashed. I'm going to shoot the demon.
Seems to make sense.
Okay.
Try to shoot the demon. It doesn't even know you're there.
Sorry. 1 second.
No, you're fine. I just didn't want you waiting on me. That's all.
What do we got here? 3.
Okay. So what would the total damage be?
3 damage.
So it's a 2 hit. Is that right? Because
I got 6. It's 3 of them. Sorry, Harrigan. Yeah. So it's the blood symbol's 3.
I thought the longbow did an extra point. It did 2 damage.
Yeah.
No, it does 1.
I didn't know
That
that.
should be-
Okay. So
Yeah,
it has
I get-
armor. So let me check that.
Okay.
So it cancels. I can show this to you. It cancels 1 success.
Okay. So 2.
So 2. Now let me do this here. Let me go to my little beast.
Does it look like it hurts it?
I'll let you know presently.
Okay.
Your arrow goes right into its neck, goes
Okay.
right through and lodges, and it now you can see its face turn up at you, its blank face with the bloody maw, and it hisses and shrieks at you. Can't tell if you hurt it, but you certainly put the arrow through it, and it stayed there.
Okay.
Hard to know.
Can I get my fast shooter 3 and fire another arrow? And then my turn is done?
What do you mean, can you? If that's what the rules say, man, yeah, do it.
Yes. I can see. All right. Yes.
yeah, do
Do it
it.
again.
But then I'm up on the tower. Like, I can't move. Like, this is it, right? Like, I'm there.
Correct. You are.
That's
yeah,
okay.
You are
Garm's
exposed.
coming. You're coming, right, Garm? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Awesome. All right. Sorry.
Okay. So you're going to fire again.
Yeah. Fucking VTT. Where the hell is it? I just hate it.
Combat.
Yeah, I
Click
know.
the bow. Click the bow.
I know. Sorry.
You're fine, man.
Thing. All right. There we go.
Ooh.
Another big one.
Okay. I'm going to try its armor again. So this time, it's got 2 successes.
Okay, so 1 more point of damage.
Drops it to 1. Another arrow straight through. This one goes right through its head, right through that top part of its head. Its head goes back, and it comes back and hisses again and starts coming towards the wall. It punches a couple of its big, like, bladed arm into the wall. Then another one is doing a Terminator 2 style of, like, coming up the wall towards you.
Mm.
And then I think we have Garm.
Yep.
Do we not? Or do we have Stas next? We have Garm. What does Garm do?
So Garm throws open the door to
Okay.
look and see.
I think that'll take your fast action just to get through the door.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yep.
To
No, that's fine.
remove those blocks that we described?
Yep.
Okay.
Has it moved, because Conn got its attention, has it moved away from Askelon, or is it still right there?
It's all within 10 feet of you. Askelon's on the ground. The demon is kind of near him, but you can tell it's moving towards the wall because it has a couple of arrows in it.
And it's affecting, like it's punching holes in the wall. Yeah. Garm moves and stands over Askelon. So
Okay.
he goes over. Yeah. He's got a sword out.
So you use your
Yes.
slow action as another move, basically?
Yep.
Okay. And you put yourself right in harm's way if it's going to come towards Askelon?
Yep.
And okay. Gotcha. And then Askelon, I think you are gurgling, right?
I am gurgling, and let's say I can crawl.
You can. Hey, you can crawl back towards the door that Garm just opened.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. So you start crawling back towards the door. Garm's over top of you.
Spit blood to the slices in my cheek.
Yes. Stas, what weapon did you scrounge earlier? I don't think I asked you that.
Just kept
Like,
the
what are you
bow.
armed with? He's just the bow. You didn't look for a hand weapon?
No,
Leave it to Stas.
stay away. Stay
You
away
have
from
the
that
entire
melee stuff.
equipment catalog available to you.
I have a knife, but I don't.
Okay, so you've got the bow out with your leather armor. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah.
So what is Stas's move? He's in the doorway of the lodge, of the sleeping lodge. And, Garm is just, you can see kind of around the corner, Garm has just moved through. You hear frightful sounds from outside the wall. You can hear the thrum of Conn's bow. What's Stas doing?
I try to see if I could find that creepy thing or something that's wreaking havoc out there.
So I think if you used a fast action, you could get to the doorway that Garm just went through.
Yeah.
And you'd be in the doorway, and you can either use your slow action to run again and move out further, or you can probably fire from the doorway. You'd be like in the doorway, leaning out type of thing.
Fire from the doorway.
All right.
If I could see him.
You can. And in fact, it's terrifying. What I've described before is what, there's Askelon's on the ground. There's blood all over the place. Garm's over top of him. There's this bloodling demon thing with a couple of arrows out of it that looks like it's been, taken to the cleaners in terms of its flesh is partially rendered from its whatever it has for bones. So it's a horrible scene. But you're planning on putting another arrow into it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Put forearm out front and pull. Grab bow string. Put bow arrow in bow. Pull back. Keep ear. Fist to ear.
Hey, that's a hit, right?
Yeah. 1 damage.
Let's see. Have to roll its armor. And it blocks one of your successes, sadly. So you could push that, couldn't he?
Yeah. If
You
I
wanted
want to
to.
damage my
Yeah.
bow.
You could.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying. No push?
Yeah, I'll push it. What the hell?
Okay. See if you can get another success. Look at that. Ooh. So the bow does get damaged, right?
Yeah.
Is that, Sean, is that a correct summation of the whole thing? 2 damage and 1 damage to the bow, 1 damage to your agility. Is that right?
Yes. Though I'm not
Yeah.
sure why it has 2 damage to the.
The
Well,
short bow
Oh, it
does
does
1
have
damage.
1 damage.
Yeah, exactly. And it the armor still counts, so you're going to end up doing 1 because one of your successes gets blocked, right?
Great.
But Stas leans out, and you're like, everything that Sean just described in terms of his mantra, of his routine that he goes through when he fires, and that arrow goes right into the side of the thing, and it shrieks and squeals and folds like in half, and then folds in half again, and is on the ground, and it's writhing. Its limbs are going everywhere, Garm, and you're kind of stepping back from it, and it eventually starts to congeal and coalesce and collapse until it just is gone. There is still blood mist everywhere, but
Right.
Stas is
Garm-
like, what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Garm
Get him
immediately.
inside, Garm.
Yes. Yes. That's right. Good shot. Good shot. Help me get him up. We got to get him inside.
No. Okay, fine. Oh, Askelon. Yeah. Oh my God, what happened to his face?
No, don't look closely. Get him inside.
Jeez.
Hey, that thing in his hand, like curl his hand around it. Yeah, look, come on.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
We hustle him in.
Okay. So by the light of the stone, you guys were all, adrenaline's been pumping, right? You've all just been woken up. There's this immediate combat. Askelon's in trouble. And as you're pulling him inside, through the light of this elven stone, the 2 of you especially, who are down with him, see that there is this blood mist all over the place. And as you go back into the outpost and pull the door shut, it's in the courtyard too, which is really unusual. You might remember that your communities were usually free of the blood mist.
Yeah, this isn't great. This
Thought
isn't
this
great.
shit-
Get in the
this
roadhouse.
shit
Get in-
disappeared.
Yeah.
What is
throw a
it
couple
doing
extra
here?
logs. Con, throw a couple
It's the
extra logs
witches.
on the fire.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's the witches. They're bringing it in. And it's because the gates are open. If the gates were shut, this would be on the other side of it. We should be safe in here. Have no fear. We should be safe in here. I'll get the fire going.
So all of you bring Askelon back into that lodge, and I would imagine shut the door behind you. Lanaya is in here, and she is still continuing to completely flip out. And when she sees Askelon, it gets much worse, where she's just in the corner with her knees tucked up, and she's just weeping. She's rocking. We're all going to die. They're going to come for all of us. This is the end for every one of us. And you guys have all got like Askelon on the table, trying to figure out, is this guy going to die or not? Right? Conn, you come down, or are you still staying up in the...
No, I would come down, seal and I'll bar the trapdoor above me.
Yep.
Because you said there was
bolted.
I'm bolting it shut.
Deadbolt. Got it.
Hey, Harrigan.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Path of Lies on her.
Okay.
Calm her down. Stas,
What
get
is-
over there. Calm her
So
down.
what does Path of Lies do, Sean? Tell us.
At rank 2, because rank 1 isn't going to apply. Rank 2, when you manipulate an NPC to make him believe what you are saying, regardless of whether it's true or not, you could spend a willpower point to succeed automatically. And then you can roll first and then use the talent if I fail.
Okay, cool.
So
All
I'm
right, so
telling
she
her,
is...
like, everything is going to be just fine. It's going to be okay.
No, it's not. We're all
It
going to
is-
die.
Nope. We're not
Every
gonna,
one of us. I've
No.
seen it.
no, we're not going to die. We're not going to die.
Did you see his face?
We're not going to die.
How do you know that? So, Sean, are you gonna roll, or are you just gonna spend your willpower point?
I get to roll first to see if I have to. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
manipulate. Here we go.
And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think she rolls empathy. Is that right?
Insight, I think.
That's right. Okay. And how many successes did you get, Sean?
1.
She It's on Bloodling, but it's actually not the Bloodling, but I'll reveal that. She got no successes. So I would imagine it takes some time, but she's hyperventilating. She's so bad, right? She's like convinced these things are about to come through the walls, which maybe they are. She is freaking, but Stas has got that way with her. And eventually her whimpers and her sort of, she's looking into his eyes, and her breath is starting to come down. He's holding her hand. She's coming down. While this is happening, what are the two of you doing with Askelon? Is there anything in the game? You guys have bandages, right? What do those do for someone who's broken?
Actually, when I'm sitting there talking to her and everything, I'm like reaching into my jacket, and then I pull out like the bandage, and then I go, I'm like, yep, everything will be just fine. And I throw the bandages over my shoulder towards the other
up
two,
his face.
other two yahoos.
That looks unnatural on Askelon's neck. What is that?
Yep. Yeah. So good point, Phil. When you come back into the firelight in this room, this wound, it's a rag, like it's a bite, right? It's not only is it a bite like chomp, it's like a bite that took meat with it when it left. So he's missing a whole piece of skin there. And as you hold like a lantern or a torch close by, there's something moving in there.
It's wormy. It's gone wormy.
There's something that is moving in unconscious Askelon's neck. So the woman's being calmed down, but what do the two of you do?
Garm, we're going to have to burn that out of him.
Right.
I'll get a torch.
Okay.
I've seen this before with the Rust brothers.
Right.
We have to burn it out.
Hey,
and
guys.
then as soon as we burn it out,
hey guys.
wound.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm busy here. You guys want to just keep it down over there? Just want to shut the
Sorry.
You're building my funeral pyre.
Sorry. Garm.
Yeah. So
You hold him
Garm
down.
will lay him out on.
Yeah.
I'll move him closer to the fire so we get a good look at him. I'll lay him on the ground, and then I will actually sit on his torso because I assume he's going to get all sorts of flaily on us.
It's going to get bad. This is going to hurt. All right, and I'm gonna root around in the fire, Harrigan, for what I think is a burning brand that has enough wood on it that I could hold it and not burn myself, or maybe take like a piece of leather if there's some leather hide and try to wrap my hand in it so I can pick up a piece of wood.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna walk over to Askelon.
And you're gonna sear it.
I'm gonna sear it and see if that kills the worms and the infection. Fire. Rust hates fire. I'm just gonna sear that in him.
Stick the whole torch in there.
Yeah.
Wayne or others, do you guys remember? Is there a way to treat diseases without magic, or do you have to just beat it with your own rolls?
I believe you have to beat it with your own rolls.
Yeah. So I'm going to do,
if I can wake up, I can cure myself. But
you could,
but that's going to happen.
You're unconscious, right?
This might wake you up.
Oh, yeah, right. Is there
a
a
shock of pain? Yeah.
roll for fire damage, critical injury? Kidding.
Indeed. Well, I'll tell you what. If I'm going to have Conn make a roll here, and if he does get a 1, we are going to go to a critical table. We'll go to the general one if you get a 1. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is if you get successes, I'm going to let you lower the virulence of the disease. So in other words, you can indeed burn some of it out, although he'll still likely be infected unless you have some crazy good roll.
Or you could use the bandages and just try to heal me, wake me up. But okay.
He's
I don't
doing
know
this
this.
first.
I don't know that.
Yeah,
I don't know that Conn knows this. It's just like some weird kind of. I grew up with the Rust brothers. I saw the Rust brothers when they had these weird demonic wounds. They would burn. They would burn each other.
Right.
I don't know.
Go for it, buddy.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you got the brand. I'll give you an extra die for the flaming brand, right?
Okay.
So you're going to make a healing roll.
Gotcha. Got none of that. So
Yep.
yeah, none of that.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah.
You know how every orcish wound is healed? Firebrand.
Yeah,
This.
that's right.
There you go. Garm's on board.
So he's going to have to push if he wants it to be effective. There's a risk here. Jesus, dude. If you had rolled a 1, you could have killed him.
I did it though. This VTT is
Way to
great.
go.
Came
I
through.
love VTTs.
Came through.
Yep.
I love VGGs.
Oh dear. Okay. So indeed, you have to work at it, right? You're like trying to get the flame as deep as you can without, going right after his skin to try to get some of these creatures, whatever they are. Some of them you can see burst from the flame. There's like pops of like purple, yellow fluid in there. And yeah, it's nasty. And then eventually you just cauterize the whole affair. You're just kind of getting it in there.
And then throw that piece of wood back in the fire because it's all gross.
It smells terrible in here now.
Burn it.
Absolutely terrible. And I think Conn's been busy, so I would like Garm, and I would like Stas to make insight rolls, please.
Oh, so good at this.
Yeah, I think insight's your thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down 2 wits.
Oh.
Did you both succeed?
Yes.
Oh, Garm got you have 1 die? What am I looking
I
at?
had 3.
Why does it have 1?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Stas.
I have to click it and see the whole thing. You have 1 success, is what you have.
Yeah, 1 success.
I'm with you. All right, then you both notice this. So there's the terrible searing sound and the smell and everything else, and Conn's talking to himself. Get out of there, you little. He's doing his thing, and the front door, which you closed to the lodge, beneath it, I think I've described before, the craftsmanship here is rough, right? So this place isn't like the joints are all fit perfectly. So there was a gap beneath the door. There's a gap beneath the boards. The mist is coming beneath the floorboards. It's pouring into the room. And when Stas calms Lanaya down, and she eventually is no longer hyperventilating, and she's no longer crying, and she's just nodding, and she's holding your hands, Stas. You can tell she believes that it will be okay. That mist starts to go back out under the door and fades away. So the 2 of you who rolled insight noticed that. And it's quiet as Conn puts the brand back in the fire. And Askelon's still unconscious. She's calm. What do the 3 of you do?
I imagine there's a moment where Garm and Stas were both looking at the door, and she finally settles, and he looks at her, and then he turns around and looks at Garm, and Garm's like,
She needs to remain calm.
and then he picks up the bandages, and he just goes, he spits it into it, and then starts wrapping it around Askelon's throat.
His neck and his face.
And his
Didn't
face.
clear.
Yes.
His
Yep,
face too.
true. Yep.
Tie it real tightly around his neck, right?
One ugly elf.
It's going to be wrapped all the
A
way up like a
bird.
mummy.
Yeah. I look like the freaking Joker. I got that.
Yes, the scars. Absolutely. Is someone going to do an actual healing roll? Is that how he gets his strength back? Is that what you're doing?
That's what I was going to do. Yep.
Okay,
And
do
I
it,
think it's
Garm.
+1 with bandages.
Let me look. Gear.
Gain bonus +1 to healing.
I think we can end the combat. It's all right.
Yeah, it's +1 for the bandage.
Oh, that's empathy based. Okay.
Maybe somebody else.
He said he was doing it.
Oh boy.
All right.
Are bandages a usage die, guys? How do they work in terms of
Don't know.
the number of them? Or do you just have a bandage?
Good question.
It's plural, but yeah.
Let's say it's a D6 usage die.
All right. That makes sense.
You going to roll there? Garm. Going to push there, Garm.
Push.
Oh. Not only does he not succeed, he feels bad about it.
Yeah, feel fucking-
a little bad.
Yeah. I put it on. I try
fail?
to wrap it around, and then it falls off, and quite a bit of blood comes with it.
Yeah. It's all charred as well.
And Garb goes, none of this makes damn sense. It's just supposed to use the fire and then it gets better and you wake him up in the morning and he just kind of grumbles and walks off.
That's right. Yeah, Garm thinks what he did was appropriate. This is what you do.
Right.
It's all good. All right. So
Any-
so what's the plan sort of in the moment of, can someone else, I think someone else can try to heal him, can't they?
I could take a shot at it, I think.
You also could help each other, remember?
That is true.
You know, the over-the-shoulder advice. No, not there. Wrap it tighter. No, not that tight. That sort of thing. That helpful advice we all know and love.
You want me to give her a shot?
Yes,
And
please.
is there
Plus one because of the bandages.
Yeah, that.
Mhm.
What's your? How many dice would you be rolling, Sean?
4. I'd roll 5 if I weren't empathy damaged.
That's not what he asked you.
So, well, actually, total would be 5 plus if somebody's helping 6.
Okay.
Is that good?
Okay. No,
You're
it's
trying
good.
to-
Yeah.
You're trying to
Way
determine
better
whether
than
I should go or you?
I might be able to go because I think I could use my human adaptive talent to go with survival if
He's gonna-
Harrigan will allow it.
You're going to use your bow to heal him. I get it.
No, not my bow.
What
No.
the hell?
Boy Scout first aid.
Yeah.
That's right.
Survival.
No, I think
This is like
survival's
this
great.
is
No.
this is first aid Boy Scouts training.
I'm with
You know?
you.
I'm
with
survival. This is survival in the woods. How to use bandages.
He got his demon badge.
That's
Yep.
right. Okay, so we'll go survival +1, Harrigan.
Yep.
All right. And do I get help from Stas?
Going to help him out, Stas?
Sure.
This is your I will say this though. If Stas helps, Stas doesn't get to also try. This is him taking his action
Well,
to
then
heal.
no, then he can do it himself too. Then.
You got this?
Yeah. Well, let's see. I think so.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yay.
All right.
I got a point of strength back.
So he gets 1 point and he regains consciousness. And he can't talk very well. And his neck really hurts.
Gotta
Uh, I remember it biting, but I don't remember it like breathing fire.
Oh, we had to burn. You were infected. We had to burn.
You talk
it out of you.
extremely well for not having a mouth.
He has like 3 now.
It's
I have extra
amazing.
whips.
All right. As all this is happening, is anyone looking outside? Is anyone? Nope.
No.
They're all
No.
focused.
No.
They're all focused on Askelon. So it's probably been, I would say, what do you guys think? Probably an hour by the time you've done all this calming down and burning and bandaging. So an hour after you've gotten him back inside, Askelon, you're sitting up, you're weak, but you are conscious again. And it's still, I think, middle of the quarter. So it's probably the wee hours of the morning, like 3 a.m. type of thing, right?
Yeah.
What are the four of you thinking and doing at this stage
I'd like to sleep.
after
but
all of that?
it's gonna,
Yes.
it's not going to matter.
We're shut in. Just try to get some rest. We're
Right.
not. We can't leave till the sun comes up.
Garm is interested. He will go over to the door and crack it open to see if the blood
butter.
mist has receded any further.
Go up to the tower. Don't open the door.
But it might be up there too. It went backwards here. It went away.
All right. Okay. Well, then I'll have
Yep.
his back.
Garm, you open the door, and there's the muddy courtyard where the battle was fought. There's no mist out there. From here, you can't see outside the wall, so you don't know if there's mist outside, but there's
Right.
none inside.
I moved to the door that we left open, and I'll look out it quick and then shut the door. Is my goal.
Oh, you left the external door open when you rushed Askelon back inside.
Right. Yep.
So the moment you come around that corner, do you have a torch or anything with you?
Yeah, I
light?
would definitely be, because we realized we couldn't see the blood mist without light.
Can't
He
see
would-
it very
he would
well
have a
without light.
torch. Yep.
So when you get closer to the door, sure enough, outside is teeming with the stuff, but it stops
Gotcha.
right at the threshold. Even though the threshold is open, it's not coming in. And you close the door.
Lock it down. We're gonna need to rest for a while. Turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Askelon can't move in his state.
Nope.
All right. So for the rest of the quarter, I think I'm not even going to ask for formal actions because you've only got a few hours left or whatever.
Right.
There's some level of resting, staying on guard, etc. Let me do a
I need
time
to
check.
rest.
Quarter to midnight for the two on the East Coast. We could probably press through and finish this in like half an hour, or we can do a short session in a couple of weeks. What do you guys think?
Let's finish it for me.
Phil? Sean?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Phil's got a snow day tomorrow.
We may do a little fast forwarding because I think there's
Yeah.
I think there's just some stuff we can kind of cruise through. In fact, do you mind if I do a little bit of that? I can get us there relatively quickly.
Montage us.
Okay. So if everybody's okay with a little bit of montaging, it won't be right to the very end though. We'll still have a moment to kind of connect up here and see what's going on. But by the time dawn comes, the mist clears, right? And I think that Lanaya is feeling better, stronger, less fearful because you guys fought off the mist, and Stas gave her the 1, 2, 3s of how to sort of be brave and strong in the face of it and not believe that the end is nigh type of thing. So Askelon, you in the morning still feel pretty terrible, but you've also survived an encounter with a bloodling demon from the mist face to face and lived to tell about it. You've got the heart with you still. So it's the two of you, or 5 of you now. Are you going to travel with her, with Lanaya? Or are you going to leave her behind again? I should ask that, because this crew does that.
No,
No,
I don't.
she's coming with.
Why are
She's
we
coming
having
We all
with.
look at
Why
Stas.
are we having her come with?
She'll keep up. She's coming with.
She's dangerous.
We're not leaving here again. No, she's
don't
not.
need her.
Stop. It's not about needing her. We're bringing her until we get to safety.
Oh yeah. I vote no.
Okay, is it
The
3-1?
The old Stas is back.
That's right.
Yep.
He's totally back to his old self. Forgive me while I put some tokens on the map here. And then I'm going to clear some fog off. So Stas has been outvoted. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Or Stas? Yeah, one thing that... go ahead.
Are we going to montage where I'm like, I can't believe I got the heart back. And that poor Saurian who like carried it all the way here was like ambushed and slain by some assassins outside the door.
I'll let you handle that part of the story. So what happened to that poor bastard? Let's do this. Forgive me here. The fog tools definitely do not work correctly in version 9 anymore. When you're unfogging, I'm gonna do this. This will take me just a
holy
second.
Smokes. One more hex. That's all we had.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not super clean, but you
Fine.
move 2. So by the end of by like midday of that next day, and you know what? Let's actually move the clock. So let's say I need to go 1 hour. So by you wouldn't have moved until Q2, right? So from Q2, forgive me here. Q2 on the 14th from 6 a.m. to noon is when you move these 2 hexes here and here. And sure enough, like Conn saw, the open water comes at you pretty quickly after you move past all the marshes and islands down here. And it's scattered clouds. Askelon, you have to be helped, I think, to some degree to move just because you're so badly injured. None of you have stopped. But you come to the shore here, and you come within sight of this heavily wooded island. which is a few miles offshore, as you guys can see, is 6 miles away or whatever. So you can see it in the distance. But what Askelon sees, Askelon, you see these tall ivory spires and these beautiful wooden structures that turn and twist and reach the air. And you know you're looking at Maidenholm. You're looking at the place where, let me clear the fog a little more, the Golden Bough and a lot of the half-elves, and basically the elves that have stuck around to protect the Ravenlands have made their home. And you know that if you can get to Maidenholm, they will have boats. They will be able to take care of the heart. You'd probably be able to depart to the Bitter Reach from there. The rest of you just see an island. But as you're approaching the shore, you do see a lone figure standing by the seashore. It's a woman, and you recognize her, and it is Arya, the woman from the fishing cabin,
The cottage.
in the cottage in the very beginning. And she's standing, kind of waiting, looking at the five of you as you approach. And what do you do? So she's probably, 150 feet away. She's a good distance away still, but she's standing and sort of looking by the shore towards you.
The Rust brothers are
Thank you.
coming.
Wayne, I think you're muted.
Go ahead, Phil.
No, that's it. I'll just look at her and say, since that moment we met you, they've been following us this whole time.
How'd you beat us here?
So how close do you guys get as you're talking to her?
Well,
Do you just walk right up to her?
Garm
Stas,
does.
what's up? What's up?
What are you doing here?
So while it's Arya, and you recognize her face and her dark hair, she is wearing a cloak of black feathers. And she just looks at the two of you who are human, and she says, "I can't let you pass." So she's looking at Conn, she's looking at Stas, Garm, and actually the three of you, because she also looks at Lanaya. So Garm and Askelon, she looks at the two of you and says, "You can go. You other three, come with me."
What's the meaning of all this?
Humans do not belong in the Ravenlands. They never have.
Oh,
Not my fault I was born here.
I don't know about that.
She says the destruction that they have wreaked upon the land, the wars, the death, the pestilence, it's all because humans came here and would not leave. The elves were mistaken in the bargains that were struck, the offspring that were had.
So that's
I'm going
'cause
to
it-
turn to Lanaya and say, is this one of the... Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. The name just fled out of my brain.
The Black Wings.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was scrolling.
She says, I don't recognize her, but that's what they wore.
Garm's kind of weary. He just looks at her and he says, "Well, we really just
That's-
want to go to the Bitter Reach."
That's for them to decide, not you. My brethren who live on that isle will make this call, not you.
Askelon, you actually see off the shore an elven ship. And you can tell as you get closer, as you've gotten closer and closer to Maidenholm, you can tell that you have this sensation that you're coming home and that they almost know that you're coming. Right?
I'm going to wave them like towards us. And I'll turn and I'll say, my friends do not believe her. All the grief has warped her and her folk.
So Arya looks at the elven ship, then she looks off to her left, and two more of the Black Wings rise up from the ground where they've been hiding. So two more women in these black cloaks, both with bows, and all three of them, you can tell, are armed and capable fighters. But as the elven ship is coming closer, because Askelon's beckoned it closer, Arya says, "What of the Rust brothers? Where are they? Did they follow you here?"
No.
Last we saw them, they were sacking Riversnit, a small community to the west.
She nods and says, "I know it." She walks closer. She says, "You say you're leaving the Ravenslands?" She looks specifically at Conn and Stas. "You cannot stay here. You'll die."
Yeah, we're trying to get to the Bitter Reach. And it appears that everything is starting to get into our way of getting there, including you.
She cocks her head a little bit, and then she actually takes a step to the side, and then just looks out to the ship and the island, and says, "I will not stop you. But if you set foot here again, that will be the end of you, Stas."
Is that right?
It's right.
Well, I'll be a lot richer when you see me next time.
She says, "You had best hope there is no next time. We will cleanse the land. There will be no Rush brothers. There will be no Askelon." She looks at the woman that's with you. She looks at Conn. There will be no towns, no villages. It'll be returned to the way it was before humans came. Before the raven and the snake came to this land and ruined it. But she says that, she starts to back away. Her two sisters who have raised their bows lower their bows. And you can tell the three of them are going to stand aside and let you board the ship.
I hope that as we pass them by, I say, I will pray in the lands of the elves that this sickness that has infected you, you are just a twisted shadow of the Rush brothers, but as holy evil.
Her face just goes pale when you say that. She says, "That's not true.
It is true.
But we believe that we will be last, and we will take our own lives. So deeply do we hold this faith."
I can't think of anything that confirms its falsehood.
Do you know how many
They
people
continue-
travel these lands with such rhetoric?
She just looks at Stas and says, "Go before I change my mind." And then the three of them all turn and start heading off. And this is as the elven ship is putting in. And I want the four of you to do a little montaging, because this is where we're going to end it, is you guys getting on the ship to go to Maidenholm. What's Conn? Let's start with Conn. What is Conn thinking in this moment?
Well, as I walk past those two, I'm like, in my head, yeah, good luck with that plan. Humans ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm also thinking in my head,
put that in your cap. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
exactly. And I'm also thinking, hopefully the Rust brothers and them just kill each other off, leave people like us entrepreneurs alive and well to wander. So I'm having that little thought, and I'm like, we're gonna make it. My gosh, that idiot Stas got us all. I'm just thinking this. That idiot Stas. We listened to that fool, and we somehow made it. Maybe we really are up for this. That's the thought.
Love it.
Youthful exuberance.
what do we hear from Garm when you're observing all this human politicking and drama, and this elven longship, this beautifully gilded, it just glides in, and you can see 3 or 4, glitter-haired elves in the front, and they're just waiting for you. What's Garm thinking?
I hope our ship that takes us north works as well as that thing seems to. And then he turns and he sees the black wings walking off. Says, "Why do people have to be like this? They're gonna kill a whole bunch of people and kill themselves. Brothers are gonna kill a whole bunch of people or make them believe the same thing they do. Too much. I'd rather just freeze up north." And he steps onto the ship. But goddamn, their ears are pointy.
Stas, what's going through your head?
Holy shit, I think we're gonna make it. Can't even believe it. All right, I knew we'd make it.
That it? Stas is just, we did it.
Yeah. No,
You know what? I
Askelon
want to go
didn't.
home.
No, you didn't. You didn't know anything, Stas.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
no.
right. I'm sure there's more arguing, I'm sure.
Oh,
to come.
Yeah, right. Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Just fades into the distance.
It lasts that like perfect silence lasts for about like 8.5 seconds.
Askelon, I think you get one of these elven forearm grips.
Yeah.
Brother, you've come home.
I say I brought another, and I will hold up the gem.
Hey, I got one of those.
Oh, that's how we should end it. Everybody, all the elves turn and look. Like,
They all
what?
turn. And then curtains.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
Well done, Sean.
This has been a Litterbox Studio production.